Good morning, students. Now will we continue the session. In the last class, we discussed that if three charges are placed at the three corners of a triangle, then force experienced by charge at any one of the corner, and if any charge kept at the center of the triangle, what is the force experienced by the charge? We discussed it. Now we'll go for the square case. Suppose if you take the next case, if you take a square here, corners A, B, C, D, and you are locating the equal charges at the three corners of a square of same polarity. On the side length is you taken as a R. Now, if you observe it, here the force acting on any one of the charge, suppose if you concentrated the charge present at C, the force experienced by this charge due to the other three charges, we can able to find it out. Now, the force experienced by charge present at C by B, that force is away from it. This is FB. Similarly, the force exerted by charge at D will exert force on charge at C, that is away from it, that is FD, and these distances are. And same way that here the charge located at A also will exert force on C, that is this is the force, that is FA. Now FB and FD both are in magnitude wise they are same. Why? Because here the charges product is same as well as the distances is same. So now FB is equal to FD, that is equal in magnitude wise, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 or Q1 Q2, both are Q1 Q2 in the sense here Q square by distance is R square, that is you can write. And the force exerted by charge at A on C is that is FA is equal to, this is the diagonal of the square, diagonal in the sense distance is root 2 R, so root 2 R. Then if you taken that 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into the product of charges is Q square, and the distance is nothing but here root 2 R square, root 2 R whole square. Then you can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q square by 2 R square. So this direction is away from it. Next, here if you observe FB and FD, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. FB and FD are perpendicular to each other. So its resultant is, if two vectors are perpendicular to each other, its resultant is along its diagonal. So here the resultant of FB and FD is along diagonal, that is along FA. So this is the resultant of FB and FD. So FB and FD resultant is along the diagonal, that is equal to, and its magnitude, and two vectors are perpendicular, its magnitude is under root of perpendicular vectors is there P and Q, and the resultant will be root over P square plus Q square. In the same way here FB and FD are perpendicular to each other, its resultant is along its diagonal and its magnitude is under root of FB square plus FD square. So here FB and FD both are same, so you can write like FB square plus FB square, then it will be root 2 FB. So FB in the sense you can understand that root 2 into FB in the sense 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q square by R square. This is FBD. So now you observe the force exerted by B and D is along the direction of along the diagonal direction, that is along the C, away from the C. In the same way here, the force exerted by charge at A also be along the same direction. Then the resultant will be the summation of FA and FBD. Both forces are in the same direction. Therefore, net force on the charge present at C is net force on charge at C is, that is F net force is equals to the force acting on C is the force exerted by A, that is FA, plus resultant of B and D, that is FBD. Both are along the same direction, so we just added. Now these two, if you observe it, FA and FBD, so this is the FA and this is FBD. If you observe, and these are expressions are almost common is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 2 r square. Here root 2 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon q square by r square. You can take common 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r square. Then what will be remain? 1 by 2 in this FA and root 2 in the FBD. So we can write that here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 2r square plus on root 2 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r square. Then you can take common 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r square. Then it will be 1 by 2. In here 1 by 2 remains into root 2. So this is the resultant force acting on any one of the corner if the charges present at each corner is same. Okay. So and this is applicable only for the square here. That is we discussed this case. This result is important. Then if any charges is given, just you have to substitute those numericals. You know its value is 9 into 10 power 9, and you can substitute the side length as well as the charge present at each corner. Then you will get the result. Next we can go for if at this center, if any one of the charge is located, what will be happens to the charge located at its center. The charge located at its center, how can we discuss here is, now you can concentrate that here if you taken the square, now plus q, all the charges we taking the same at each corner. Now this is the corner A, B, C and D, and each side length is RV2 here. This is the center of the square. Here we are locating capital Q. Now if you locate it at capital Q, what will happen means the center means from all corners its distance is remains same. Actually the diagonal distance is root 2r. So root 2r by 2 means this will be r by root 2. So center to the diagonal center to the corner distance is r by root 2 you have. Now each and every charge will be exert force on the charge located at its center. So let us take these are the charges which are located at its center. That is, one is FA, another one is FB away from it, FC is away from it, and FD is away from it. Now you can observe the force exerted by charge at A will be repel this one, and that force is FA away from it, and the charge located at B is exert repulsion on it, that is FB is away from it, as well as the FC is also same way, it is away from it, and the FT is also be away from it. Now you can observe this is you can observe that at a corner here capital Q is there. Now these are the two forces one is FB and FD, and this is another two forces, that is FC as well as FE. Now you observe one thing, that FA, FB all are having product, means product of charges is capital Q small q, and distance between the charges is r by root 2. So you observe product of charges of all these forces same, distance between the charges is also be same, then force is remains the same. Therefore we can write FA, magnitude wise I am telling, FA, FB, FC and FD magnitude wise they are equal, that is equal to F I am taking. Then you observe that force F is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into distance between the product of charges. Here one charge is capital Q, means another charge is small q. Distance between the charges is product of charges is capital Q and small q, by distance between the charges is distance between charges here r by root 2. So r by root 2 whole square. Then you can observe F is equals to 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by r square. This is root 2 square 2, it is comes to numerator. Now observe all these forces are now equal. That force is nothing but 2 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by r square. Now these are all forces are equal. Now you observe these all forces are equal, means they are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. These two are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. Then what happens here? Resultant, these two forces equal and opposite cancel. These two forces equal and opposite cancel. Therefore net force equal to what happened here? Net force F is equals to 0. So you observe, this is the thing, whenever you are solving the numericals, should keep in mind that if all the charges located at the corners are same, then whatever the charge you locate at the center of the square, the force experienced by it is 0. You can go for the answer. It will be 0 provided corner charges are equal. Here whatever the charge you locate, the force experienced by the charge at the center is 0. And this is the point you have to understand. In objectives you can simply go for the, when such kind of case if you observe, simply you can go for the option force 0. If not only this case is applicable for all the charges are equal. In another case, let us take the another case here. Suppose here we are taking the similar case, but charges just we are making different in the sense diagonal charges we are maintaining same. Now here AB, CD. Now here at A I am locating plus Q1 charge. Same way here also I am locating plus Q1 charge, and here I am locating plus Q2 charge. Here I am locating plus Q2 charge. Actually, and here center distance is same I took here. Center I taken the charge capital Q. Even this situation, in this situation also you can understand the what net force experienced by 0. So why? Because see here these Q2 will exert what? Equal and opposite force. Q1 these two will exert equal and opposite force. So here you observe this is a FA, FB, here FD, here FC. Then this case if you observe it, here FA and FB both are equal. That is product is here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Product is capital Q into Q1, capital Q into Q1. So capital Q into Q1 by what? R root 2 whole square. That is 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 by r square. Similarly, here FB, FA and FC are equal in magnitude. So these are diagonally opposite to each other. Here FC, FA and FC, and here FB and FD. FB and FD. Now, same way, FB, this is the FB, and diagonal another opposite is FD. Here the product of charges is Q2 into capital Q, and you will get similarly 2 times the, what is the product here, capital Q into small q2. Here also capital Q into small q2. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q into small q2 by r square. Now these two forces, if you write here, what FA, FC, FD and FB. Now here FA, FC are equal. So these two are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, they will be nullified. Similarly, FB and FD equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, they will be nullified. Again, what happens here? F resultant is 0. So F resultant is 0 in the sense, two cases are you have to understand in the numericals. If all the charges located at the diagonals, corners, if same, center whatever the charge it may be, result 0. In another case, diagonally charges are equal. These are the diagonally charges are equal. If diagonal charges equal, then also what happens? So whatever the charge you located at the center, resultant will be 0. So these are the results. You should be keep it in mind. And whenever the problems you are watching, such kind of situations, if you observe it, you can go fire directly without solving anything. You can directly go for the options. The force, resultant force is 0 at the charge located at its center. Keep it, remember these cases. Next we will be go for another case, that if what any one of the charges what reverse, what will be happen when the charge is located at its corner, that is will be discuss it. Now we'll go for that concept here. Next one, if you take the charge at the, here I am taking the same square case. Square case here. Now at each corner I am taking plus q, but here I am taking minus q, and all the at A, B and D I am taking plus q. At C I took here minus q, and the square side length is r I am taken. Now what will be the resultant force? What is the resultant force on the charge located at C? Now this is the case same, but only the thing is your charge is negative. So what will happen? Just will be discuss it. Now the force experienced by the charge located at C by charge at A, B as well as C, you can observe here. See, this is a negative charge. So these four charges will be attract this charge. So that is the force exerted by charge located at B is attraction towards it. Earlier we took away from it. This is the charge located at D will attract it. This is towards it. And this is the what? This is the diagonal. So this is the force exerted by charge at A, that is towards it. Now what will happen here? The same scenario you will repeat here also. Again FD, FC resultant will be along this direction. Then you can see that case. So in that away from the charge, now it is towards the diagonal center, that is away from the center we took if this charge is positive, now because of negative charge it will be towards the center. Result will be remains same, only direction is reverse. So earlier case we have what, it is away from the center. And previously first we discussed one case here. If positive charges are located all the corners, resultant will be away from the center. But this case here you observe, this case here we took it is towards the center because one charge is negative. Result will be remain same. So only direction changes. What here, magnitude of F is nothing but FA plus F what BD. So FA is, this is we already discussed FA in the sense 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into, refer the previous case here once you, then you can observe here the same thing, and FBD is root 2 times 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q square by R square. Then the result will be same, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by 2 R square into 1 by 2 plus root 2. This is the case. So here if all the charges are positive, result will be away from it. One of the charge is negative, the charge experience force is towards it. That is what I understand. Now similar kind of thing you can observe it. If the case is like this, if the square is taken, here the previous cases we have taken the charges at all the what corners. But if you observe, if any one of the corner charge is absent, let us suppose you take here at A plus Q, B plus Q, at C plus Q. But here at D, no charge. No charge. So when it is all the charges are present at the corners, then at center if you locate any other different charge, this will be experience zero force. But this is the case different. Here one of the corner no charge. So if at one of the corner no charge, in the sense resultant force is not zero. So what is the resultant force? In the sense you have to observe here the distances from the corners to the center. If the side length is R, means we know it is R by root 2. Then FA, it is repulsive, that is in this direction, FA. And FC is away from it, this is FC. And FB is away from it. Now you observe this one. Here we have the forces like this, FC, FA and what, FB. In previous case, if the charge is present at D, then it will be counterbalanced. This FB will be balanced by the force FD. But here the charge is not present here. That's why it is not counterbalances. Then what will happen here? We know one thing. If all the charges are same and here capital Q is there, means product of charges are same here. Capital Q into small q. Distance is also the same. Then you understand, if product of charges same, distance is same means they kept in the same medium even. So they kept in the same medium, that is we discussing, not changing them, all are present in the vacuum itself. Now you observe product is same, distance is same, means the magnitude of forces are same. Then FA, FB, FC is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into what, central charge. Let us suppose you take as a Q1, this is Q2, same case, Q1 Q2 Q1 Q2, like that. Capital Q into small q by R square, means R by root 2 whole square. Then it will be 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q into small q by R square. Then you observe FA, FC are equal and opposite. So what happens here? it will be remains, this they will be gets cancelled. So resultant of FA and FC, they are equal and opposite means 0. So resultant force, what will happen here, which will be remains here? So resultant will be, that is FB. So towards what? FB, that is equal to what? FB or FC, whatever it may be, it is 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q, capital Q small q by r square. And its direction, you observe, direction is towards the charge which is absent. So towards the corner where there is no charge, where there is no charge. So these are the cases you can understand. Then we can go for the another situation, like if you square cases are, these are the different square cases, then we can discuss the another case in objective. What will there means, if you take if we split the charge Q into two charges, then how much of force, when the force will be maximum, in which way you divide the charges, the force will be maximum. So here capital Q, if I divide as what? Small q, and remaining how much charge will be there? Capital Q minus small q. So these two, okay, so these two should be what? Repel each other. Maximum force should be exert between these two. So if you split the charge capital into two charges, to exert what? Maximum force between them. Means half of you are making, or 2/3 or 1/3 you are making, or 1/4, 3/4 you are making. How in what way, if you divide these charges, and again if you keep it at a certain distance, in between them maximum force of repulsion takes place. Means what is this Q? How can you divide this Q? So this small q is how much you have to be understand. See, force maximum they are asking. Now if these charges are located like this, these charges are here, small q is one at a distance smaller, capital Q minus small q is another charge. Let us take this as Q1, this is you take as a Q2. Force, what about the force here? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into what? Capital Q small q by into small q by r square. So force maximum in the sense you have to understand that df by dq is equals to 0 to get the what? Maximum force, to get a maximum force. So I am taking that df by dq, d by dq of here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, differentiating, multiplying here capital Q small q minus q square by r square is equals to 0. Here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square constant, you can take it other side, it becomes 0. Then d by dq of capital Q minus small q into q square equal to 0. So differentiating, so you are differentiating with respect to small q. So here capital Q is a constant. So q into differentiation of small q with small q is 1 minus differentiation of q square with small q is nothing but 2q, that is equal to 0. Therefore 2q equal to capital Q. So q value is q by 2. Then therefore q1 means q1 is q by 2, q2 is q minus means capital Q minus small q means q minus q by 2 is that is q by 2. Means when two charge, if you split a charge, there will be exert maximum force one over the another. Means when they are divided equally, remember this point, when a charge is there, if you split that charge into two parts, they will be exert force on each other, maximum force on each other when they're splitted equally. Okay, so you keep this point in mind.